Good evening, Flexies. I'm Chris Eryx. I am the host of Flex the Truth. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to get on. I know that we're doing a different time, 8 o'clock. So I want to be patient, let everybody get on. Next week, starting Monday through Friday, we're going to start 5 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to go Monday through Friday with that. So I'll just give everybody a chance to get on. If you come on, if it's your first time, just say your name and where you're listening or where you're watching from. What's up, Joe? What's up, Patricia? From Wisconsin. How are you? What's up, Arlene? Just give everybody a minute. What's up, Donna? Yeah, I had a little bit of a glitch. What is up, resistance chicks? My scrumptious cupcakes. That is Leah and Michelle, guys. Two of my favorite people in the whole world. I'm going to talk to them tonight. They're going to be on my show. Can't wait. What's up, Nikki? All right. So, a couple of things that I want to talk about. First and foremost, thank you, everybody, for all your texts and all your messages and phone calls. And I'm just so humbled. But I have some very, very interesting news that I want to share with you. So, as of today, I had a meeting. A woman actually saw me in Tulsa and wants me to write a book with her. So I'm so humbled, but I'm going to do it. And we're talking. We're right now in the beginning of talks. She said that she has a list of churches that I will do a book tour just on churches. She said there is a list of churches that would love to have me, and that's where I want to be. That is truly where I want to be. That's where I want my message to be heard. She said it will fuel my ministry, it will fund my ministry, and that's all that I want. That is my end game. Resistance chicks, Lee and Michelle prayed with me about 2 weeks ago, and ever since they prayed with me, the blessings have just been coming. So they are truly in my heart. And their mom, I woke up to a email from their beautiful, sweet mom today. So it was a great day. Guys, about last night, I apologize. If the missile went off a little bit, but I have to have boundaries. I have to. Um, and I just want to have the level of respect, not only towards me but to other people too. And nobody is malicious. None of my flexies are malicious. Their hearts are so pure and golden. They just want to help everybody out, and there was no maliciousness to it. So hopefully they didn't take it the wrong way. I just did it out of love. And you know i'm I'm passionate when I speak, and Arlene got to see that last night, which is kind of funny. What's up, A Score? uh Man, I was on the phone with the Patriot Street Fighter Scott McKay. It's about 1:30 in the morning. We had a phenomenal conversation last night, and I can't wait to be reunited with him and Dennis and Ron. I just actually got off the phone with them. I'll be picking them up at the airport tomorrow in Penn State, and it's going to be a great time with the PSFs again. Um, so I wanted to talk to you first about that first and foremost. The other thing is that next Tuesday, I have an hour and a half audition interview with Discovery Spotlight. So if you haven't heard about them, I got an email when I was in the airport at Tampa last week at 3:49 that they have personally requested a interview audition for acting and modeling with me. So this is just crazy. God is really just truly putting me, forefront in everybody's faces, which I love. So pray on that. That could be very interesting as well. So there's a lot of things going on. The first thing I want to talk about is Pennsylvania. Wolf, you're done. You are done, buddy. I told you. So what has happened is Pennsylvania, we have taken our state back. We are the first state. Yes, we are. We are the first state to not allow the governor to exceed the emergency situation. And literally, I'm waiting. It should happen today, I believe, where the mask mandate, everything is done. It's gone. He has no authority whatsoever. He has put us in prison long enough. So I'm so excited about that. And people like Kimberly Wagon, just one of my truest best friends. If you don't know about her, the cracked egg, I know you PSFs has heard about her. If you come to Pittsburgh, I will take you there. You will meet her and you will have the best food. But she stood her ground, and now, I believe she's going to win her case, and she's going to be open for business, and God is so good, right? The other thing, is Karen and Tony doing, uh, audit the vote. I just saw, General McInerney just retweeted it. So, that's huge. And then you got my girl, Leah Hoops. Leah is a Patriot Street Fighter. I'm going to get her on Scott's show. She's going to come back on my show. She is the female version of me. And she really wants to change this country. I got her a position with the Veterans for Trump. She is actually going to be the ambassador, the brand ambassador for that. So I'm really excited about that for Leah. And when you think things aren't going on or aren't working, we have to understand that it is not in our time. See, our time and God's time is totally different. Has it been a long time? You damn straight. Have we gone through hell? You damn straight. But you're never going to get through the breakthrough unless you go through the breakdown. And 99 times out of 100, the breakdown is so bad that it makes you want to quit. I remember training in boxing and and sports in general, and just to the point where that breakdown was so bad. I remember literally vomiting trying to make weight in the locker room right before my fight. But that breakdown had to happen because I had to have the breakthrough, right? And so you got to understand that, it's got to be to the point where we're just going to lose everything because we have let it go for so long. And it's nobody's fault but ours, right? We can't blame politicians. We can't blame this. We have to blame us. See, politicians are only going to do what we allow them to do. You don't believe me? Well, I called one out right on the stairs of the state capitol here in Pennsylvania, and he was so embarrassed. And I'm going to have lunch with him next week, and I can't wait to have that lunch because I can't wait to tell him how right I was about the ballots. See, they try to play a game here in Pennsylvania with the ballots once again. And it was not just one county like I reported last night, it was throughout Pennsylvania. And it only happened to be the Republican ballots, obviously. So, they always tried a way to, finagle it to their advantage. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about, the home base and what's going on here in Pennsylvania. Um, but there's so much more going on. And again, stay away from mainstream media. Pick one or two or three podcasts. Some of them, if you want to know, absolutely Patriot Street Fighter, absolutely, right? Another one, Steal the Truth and Vandersteel. Another one, Health Ranger. What I love about Mike Adams, he's so totally different, than me and Scott and Ann, because he talks about food and he talks about health and he talks about the environment. He talks about so many other things. And then the other one is Blessed to Teach. And then obviously my girls are resistance chicks. The resistance chicks are so awesome because they're different. They interview people, but they let you become the star of their own show. They sit back, they have a lot of fun, they laugh at themselves. And what I love about them is they're just genuine, beautiful, godly women. So if you're looking for podcasts, those are the ones that I only recommend right now. Now, as I start meeting other people like Mel K and so on and so forth, once I meet with them and I and I say, hey, they're good people, they're genuine, then I'll endorse them as well. But right now, those are the only podcasts that I'm endorsing. So if you want to know podcasts, Patriot Street Fighter, Health Ranger, Steel Truth, Blessed to Teach, Resistance Chicks. Okay? Makes sense? Good. So let's get to the news, shall we? Good. So give me 1 second. Blessed to Teach, Resistance Chicks. Okay? Makes sense? Good. So let's get to the news, shall we? Good. So give me 1 second. I love hearing myself. That's funny. Okay. So the very first thing that I'm going to show you, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off. And anybody that's seeing this for the first time, I just want to apologize up front, because I just want to let you know that I always have a choice whether I'm going to offend you, the viewer, the subscriber, or the flexi, or am I going to offend God? And every single time I will choose you, unfortunately. Okay. So I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off. If this is the first time, you might be in awe. So I do apologize up front, but I have to show you this because I don't think any other podcast will talk about this or show this. So here we go. This is going to make you very angry. And that's what my intention is. Huh. Oh, what is this here? I don't, okay. I guess I'm not going to get into that. Try this again. Okay, so I just got locked out of my own Instagram. Ah, great. No problems, no worries. Okay, well, I can't talk about that, but let's talk about this. So, how many people know about DMX? Does anybody know about who DMX is? So, DMX is a rapper uh, back in, I guess, what, the early 2000s. Um, but what happened is he ended up just passing away recently. But everybody said, or not everybody, but people said that it was an overdose. Guys, let me tell you, it wasn't. It was the cabal. Anybody who followed DMX knows he was fighting the cabal for years now. DMX embraced God after finding out firsthand how evil and satanic the music industry is. Now, guys, you remember from my podcast, right? Which we're going to have to redo, obviously, because we've been taken down. But remember, all you old flexies, you remember everything I taught you, right? About the music industry and the Christian industry and the rap industry and the rock industry and how satanic it is. They soon took away all of his ways to make money. DMX still stayed healthy, even though he wasn't rich. Remember what I told you is that they are not free, that they are puppets. Okay. Remember that. Now, because when people say, "Oh, I want to be, famous. I want to be an actor. I want to be a singer." Well, you better be careful what you wish for. So the cabal slowly injected advisors around DMX to gain his trust. Remember, I talk about handlers, right? I talk about Kanye West, right? I talked about Chris Brown, right? Handlers, people around them. Okay. If you and then it says, obviously, these devils convinced him to get the vaccine. Listen to this sentence, everybody. These devils convinced him to get the vaccine. He was given the strongest dose, one that would cause his brain to completely shut down. The media is blaming drugs, but DMX has been clean for years now. You can go look at a recent picture of him if you don't believe me. Now, guys, remember numerology, right? Symbology. Here we go. DMX was sacrificed on the 99th day of the year, and this was a clear warning to others in the music industry to not stray out of place. The population is officially here. The devil is real. Deception is his greatest weapon. Remember when I talked about Tiger Woods? They tried to kill him. They tried to run him off the road. It's the same thing. See, once you try to leave the cabal, it's like the mob. You can't. They're either going to destroy your reputation and eventually they're going to kill you. That's just how it is. Now, again, I tell you, don't believe me. Go and do your own research, correct? Hunter Biden reportedly had ties with different countries. Guys, way far beyond than what they told us in China and Ukraine, okay? They were involved in discussions about possible deals in dozens of foreign countries, often corrupt backwaters, at times invoking official channels like ambassadors, emails reviewed by the Daily Wire show. While most attention was focused on Ukraine, there it is again, right? There's the sleight of hand, right? The magician is showing you this hand. Meanwhile, all the other countries are on the backhand. Where a gas company paid the now president's son tens of thousands of dollars a month while he was in deep crack addiction. And China, Hunter and his partners at a consultancy called Rosemont Seneca were eager to do business in a vast array of other places. The map below highlights the countries where deals were discussed or executed. According to a Daily Wire review of emails obtained from the laptop, Hunter Biden reportedly left at a repair shop in Delaware and never paid for or picked up. Below is a sample of some of those dealings. Guys, look at all these countries that they never even talked about. Mexico, 2015, Joe Biden's brother Jim wrote to Hunter about the prospect of a payout for serving as a middleman in an oil deal with none other than Carlos Slim, Mexico's richest man. Who's Carlos Slim? He owns the cellular companies in Mexico. That's how I know him from my network marketing company. Have a very real deal with Pemex. Carlos Slim needs financing literally for a few days to a week. Have the seller and buyer major being delivered from the pipeline. Nothing is simple, but this comes very close. As always, the devil is in the detail. Any interest on the long skirts part? Hang in there, Hunt. You can and will hold it together. I'm very proud of you, and you have the greatest respect. You are a great, sweet, and incredibly strong man. I know you, pal. February 2016, Hunter wrote to Miguel Alemán Magnani, a Mexican billionaire, son of a former Mexican governor, that he had set up a meeting for Carlos and Alemán Magnani's father. I haven't heard from you since I got you a meeting for Carlos and your dad. We've been talking about business deals and partnerships for 7 years, and I really appreciate you letting me stay at your resort villa. But I have brought every single person you have ever asked to the effing White House and the vice president's house and the inauguration, and then you go completely silent. Slim also owned TracFone Wireless in 2015, the largest corporate beneficiary of the fraud-ridden federal benefits program, popularly known as Obama phones. That's right. Do you remember when they were giving the phones out to people that couldn't afford a cell phone, right? Wait for it. The United States government paid Slim's company $9 a phone line for a service, but sold it to the public for $7. Greece, Romania in 2014, Hunter and an American ex-con and Romanians to use the Biden name to add weight to a bid to buy a Greek railroad. David Wittig wrote Hunter in December 2014. I met with Yorgos Nikaris, the ex-minister of tourism. Try to say that 5 times fast. Yorgos' view is that a call from the ambassador in Athens will go a long way in getting us this deal. Give this some thought. The prospective buyer was a partnership that included Romanians. Later that month, Wittig added, Hunter, the Romanians are rightfully asking that you do not object to having your name appear in the letter I sent to you yesterday that informally discusses the consortium. Hunter replied, I have no objection. I am in fact comfortable with you using my name in connection with this project. Obviously, we have many details to iron out before we finalize any proposal, but I'm very interested in participating in the project. In February 2015, Wittig wrote Hunter, I met with the bankers for the government on Monday of this week. Everything is moving forward, although we still have not ironed out the structure, hence the trip to Romania. We should have a good idea how things look on Monday. You might start thinking about a trip in March. Wittig was a Wall Street banker who posed for the cover of Fortune magazine holding a cigar in 1986. He became head of a Kansas utility firm in 1995. In Kansas, he bought a $230,000 Ferrari and allegedly renovating the man is a great guy. 2005, convicted on 39 counts wire fraud, money laundering, and circumventing internal controls. 2007, guess what happened? The convictions were overturned. And hours after a new Barack Obama appointed U.S. attorney in 2010, the prosecutor's office announced it would not seek to retry him, citing a recent Supreme Court ruling affecting white collar crime statutes. Would ultimately receive a $36 million settlement from the utility company and moved to Greece, where he held a stake in a company called Euro Consultants. He also served time for a separate fraud case for which he was convicted in 2004. 2015, Hunter was working on a matter related to Romania for a client. Two approaches that I think would be most effective are one, visiting with the Romanian ambassador to the US, and two, reaching out to our State Department on an information only basis, he wrote. Zimbabwe. This is interesting. Now, guys, where did I get this? This is on Hunter Biden's laptop. Zimbabwe in 2018, a man called Bill McManus wrote to Hunter regarding potential gold mine opportunities in Zimbabwe. The long and short of its longtime friend's uncle has been mining for gold in Zimbabwe and believes with investments he could assemble claims of up to 2 million ounces of gold. Additionally, though the government required state ownership of diamond mines, we have a friend who has the right to desilt 160 miles of the Odzi River. This is interesting because the primary purpose is to desilt the river. Thus, apparently, this is not technically a diamond mine that requires any type of government ownership. The gentleman has indicated he would like to sell or create a JV as he is struggling with access to capital. Hunter asked to talk on the phone and forward information about it to Joe Biden's brother, Jim. So guys, you can see all the countries, just want to make sure, that he was dealing with. So when we think, oh, it's only, Ukraine and China, no, we have been misled. Again, when I talk about things that are happening, Chrissy Teigen, wow. What a satanic PDO vor, okay? Satanic PDO vor. So Macy's has dropped her. Target has dropped her. Bloomingdale's now has dropped her. So guys, if you don't think your voice means anything and that we can't do anything, you're wrong. Because here's proof right here that our voice is powerful. Okay? Governor of Texas bans local governments and schools from requiring face diapers. Look at this. Governor Greg Abbott today issued an executive order prohibiting governmental entities in Texas. This means all of Texas, including counties, cities, school districts, public health authorities, government officials, from requiring or mandating the face diaper. Public schools may continue to follow current face diaper guidelines through June 4th. Now, the reason they're doing June 4th is because then they're done. No student, teacher, parent, or other staff member or visitor can be required to wear a face diaper on campus. So guys, what I love about this is we're finally breaking through on the mandates. State by state by state, you heard about Pennsylvania being the first one to, take in the governors right away for his emergency declaration. And, guys, when I tell you that evil is present, here is a controversial death of a 16-year-old Michaela Miller, which was ruled a suicide. And I want to have a discussion about this with you. So, this was in Massachusetts. 16-year-old Michaela Miller, whose body was found by a jogger last month, died by suicide. Well, so the state medical examiner says. The official cause of death was asphyxia by hanging. According to WCVB, Michaela was found hanging from a tree. NBC 10 reported a thin black leather belt was affixed to a small branch and secured around Michaela's neck. Before her death, Michaela was assaulted and police were called. Many people in the community have speculated that she was murdered or suggested there wasn't a proper investigation underway. Now, here's the timeline of the DA. Okay. On April 17, 2021, there were allegations of a physical altercation that occurred between Michaela and 5 other teenagers. As part of the investigation, cell phone data, which included a review of text messages and GPS data, was collected that indicated that Michaela Miller and 4 other teenagers were at the recreation room of a residential building on Revolutionary Way in Hopton from 517 to 641. During this time, there was an alleged physical altercation involving Michaela and 2 of those teenagers, one male and one female. Another female allegedly remained in the car at that time. Well, on April 17, 2021, at approximately 7:20 p.m., Hopkinton police was dispatched to the home of Michaela Miller after her mother called to make a complaint about her daughter being jumped. At that time, Michaela reported being punched in the face and had blood on her lip, consistent with this report. The investigation into this physical assault remains open and there are no charges at this time. On April 17, 2021, at 7:43 p.m., Hopkinton police were dispatched to the residence of one of the females involved in that altercation and obtained statements from 2 of the females involved. At 9:30 p.m. same day, Michaela Miller allegedly is last seen by her mother. Does everybody understand that timeline? Forensic information gathered from the health app on Michaela's cell phone reportedly tracked movement from 9 to 10 p.m. During this time, the phone allegedly traveled a distance of 1,316 steps, roughly the same distance from her home to the location where her body was found. At the next day at 7:45 a.m., a jogger observed the body located in the woods, walking off the path, and contacted police. Her belongings were still on her when the police showed up. In the weeks following Michaela's death, an extensive investigation has been pursued. The DA has confirmed the whereabouts of all 5 teenagers involved that interacted with Michaela the night prior to her death and have confirmed their locations later that evening. To reach its conclusion, investigators have interviewed witnesses and analyzed cell phone data on the phone of the teenagers involved. Based on witness statements and cell phone GPS, detectives were able to confirm 2 involved females had a confirmed location from 8:43 to 5:48 in the morning. The 2 males involved left Hopkinton with a family member after the incident. The vehicle they were traveling in passed through the Easy Pass on the Mass Pike at 8:08 p.m. and exited the Mass Pike at 8:58 in Charlton. The two males were at Wendy's at 9:06 p.m., and that information is confirmed by video surveillance. This investigation is ongoing. Wow, that's sad. That is truly sad. Um, my feeling about this is I don't know how a 16-year-old girl, after she just got beat up, after she just called the police, after she did all of this, right? Why she would turn around and then go hang herself. There's something there that doesn't make sense to me. Right? There's something there that just doesn't make sense to me. Um, I tried to commit suicide. I slit my wrist. In order for you to be in that feeling, um, you have to be, number one, temporarily insane. But number two, I'm gonna try and get this again because I really want to show you this today. If not, I'll be able to get it on my Rumble. But when you go to hang yourself, you're talking a whole nother world. I mean, and then the other thing is when you hang yourself, you're sitting there and you're like, you could be hanging forever. If your neck doesn't snap, you could be hanging forever. So I don't know about that. It doesn't, something doesn't sound right to me. I just can't put my finger on it, but I just find it very horrid that this girl just got jumped by 5 people and got whooped and then said, you know what? That whooping wasn't enough for me. I think I'm just going to go hang myself now. Something ain't right there. Something isn't kosher. So just give me 1 second and let me pull this up. I think I found it. Okay, I found it. Apologize, it took so long. Okay, so I don't know if you saw this or not, but this kind of blew my mind. I sent this to my buddy Josh, who was there the day of.
Get crazy with color. All new bunch of balloons, crazy colored self-sealing water balloons. More color, more fun.
Everybody, listen up. The police here are willing to work with us and cooperate peacefully, like our First Amendment allows. Gather more Americans under the condition that they will come and gather peacefully to discuss what needs to be done to save our country.
another or the other.
Yes,
We
yes.
need a show.
Right.
You understand?
Yes, yes.
Then show us no attacking, no assault, remain calm.
We're not going to assault. We're going to be heard. Everybody, this must be peaceful.
This has to be peaceful. We have the right to peacefully assemble.
Okay. Did everybody hear what that cop said? If not, let me repeat it. You guys have to show me that it's going to be peaceful, no assault, but you can assemble. You can take pictures. You can stay inside the ropes, just like I've been telling you guys. I've been telling you that since January. That was the truth, and I wasn't even there. So how did I know that? And so these scumbags, thank you, Scott. Scott, Patriot Street Fighter, taught me a word, right? Made all this crap up when the police allowed us. Number one, and if I'm wrong, please somebody tell me I'm wrong. Is the Capitol a federal building? It is. Do we, the people, pay for that Capitol? I believe we do. So therefore, isn't that our building? So we pay for that building. It's our building, but we're not allowed to be in that. I'm confused. Can somebody help me on that? I'm totally lost. Am I wrong? Does anybody know? Do the people pay for that building? I believe we do. So therefore, it's our building. So it's our building. Why can't we go in our building? Uh-oh. Another lie they told us. Now, I have one more video I want to show you, and I'm hoping I can get this. So just give me 1 second. It's going to be powerful if I can find it on here. This is a video you guys have been saying you wanted to see. I played it one other time. It really breaks it down. So just give me 1 second, because obviously they took it off. We know why. But I believe I found it. Where did it go? Okay, I think I found it. If I found it, trust me, it'll be worth the wait. See if it is. I'll know right away.
You are now tuning into a show that's exposed.
Representative Tlaib's emotion. But now,
No,
there's already people there who.
not it. He just talks. I will find it. I'll have to go on my email months ago. Obviously, it looks like they took it off again. Yeah, I'm sorry. It looks like they took it off. I had it on. I apologize. They took it off. But Christine said spot on. There should never been a riot. The riot was a scam. People were paid to play a part. Yep. And I want to show that. I want to show that part. But I have to dig. I'll do some digging tomorrow. So, guys, here's what I want to tell you is, I want everybody to be blessed, right? And in order for that to happen, what we have to do is we have to raise the bar. We have to raise the bar with humanity. We have to love on one another. We have to, and I'm going to say this and you're going to hear this, and I'm never going to stop saying it. But if you stand by, you comply. And that means in every single thing that you do. If you're standing by, you are complying. You're just as guilty as the sin being committed or the crime being committed, whatever that is. If you're sitting there and you're letting people walk by you with face diapers, and you're letting children walk by you with face diapers, and you are not saying one thing, you might as well put that face diaper on them. It's that simple. Don't try to look good. Well, Chris, I'm afraid that person's going to say something. So what? What are they going to say? What are they going to say? They're going to make fun of you? So what? They're going to call you names? So what? You got to stop thinking about you. You got to stop being selfish and thinking about, I got to look good. I can't rock the boat. If I hear one other person tell me I can't rock the boat, I'm going to rock your ass. That is, whoever said that, I could kill them for making that saying. I don't want to rock the boat. We need to rock the boat. If everybody went to one person with a face diaper on and talk to them and say, hey, you don't have to wear that for me. Jesus loves you. I love you. Whether they take it off or not, it does not matter. But the thing is that you're trying. Do you know how many people have talked about Jesus and talked about eternal salvation? Do you think that everybody got saved? No. It's a numbers game. But every single person you come across, that's what you should be doing. You should be talking to them. The first thing is you should be telling them you love them. The second thing is you should be telling them Jesus loves them. Let them make fun of you. Let them call you names. So what? Whoopee-doo. We were at the crack egg. We were outside. People would walk by. If they had a face diaper on, I would tell them, take that off. I love you. You don't have to wear that for me. One lady walked by. She stopped. She took it off, and I clapped. And then there was another person. And there was one person at her table, and I'm not going to mention her name, and she was embarrassed. Now, let me tell you about this woman. She was embarrassed because I was sitting there telling people that walked by us that I love them and Jesus loves and they don't need to wear the face diaper, right? She was embarrassed of that. And she was like ducking, okay? But yet she is trying to change our country. Time out. Time out. Flag on the play. Does that even make sense to you? Does that even make sense? I want to change our country, sir. Okay. Oh, but you know what? I don't want to be embarrassed. I want to hide. There is no hiding. There is no time for hiding. There is no time for embarrassment. Unless you want to be in a FEMA camp or your head in a guillotine. I couldn't believe that she was embarrassed. And I'm like, and you're trying to make a stand for our state and country? Are you kidding me? That's like having somebody eating a hamburger on a poster for vegans. People, start thinking, man. Rock the boat. Make a difference. Because if you don't make a difference, there's going to be a difference, all right. You're just not going to like that difference. When I walk around and I walk in the gym, I have a face diaper on, and they look at me. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Don't ask for permission, ever. Ever. Unless you're in somebody's home. If you are in somebody's home, in their residence, you ask permission to go in the refrigerator. You ask permission, right? That's it. That is it. Other than that, don't ever ask for permission. I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. When we were in Dallas in the hotel, they kept saying, "Oh, you got to put the face on." Yeah, I went, la. I did. As they were saying, I was like, blah, 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 blah. Not one time did you see me. You know what? Here's the deal. You want me so badly to put this face diaper on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you it. And if you can actually put it on my face without getting knocked out or smacked or cracked, then I'll wear it. Good luck on that one. That's what I tell people. You want me to wear it? Come put it on me. Come put it on me. If you can put it on me, you win. It ain't gonna happen. Not on my watch. Do you see the mindset that I have? Do you see the mindset? That's all it is. All it is just mindset. I walk in establishments, I have no face diaper. I don't even have one. And if they say something, I tell them I can't wear one. I have a medical condition. It's called CFS, common friggin' sense. But you know how many people look up CFS? I don't let anybody push me around. I don't let anybody tell me what to do. I don't. No, I don't. and I feel free. And God forbid if you try to push me around. God forbid if you tell me what to do. The missile is going to go off. Don't forget, this missile could take out a tank. So what do you think it could do to you? What weighs more, you or a tank? Why am I telling you this? Telling you this so that I hope to goodness that after this, something resonates in you and you go, wow, man, I'm going to be like that. I'm going to do what he's told me to do. I'm going to try it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Have I been to jail? Have I got fined? A couple places I've been thrown out, they're on my list. One of them is the state liquor store. Oh, I'm waiting. Oh, I'm waiting. Guys, we have to take back our country. The only way we're going to take back our country is not acquiescing, is not letting people push us, not tell us what to do. I don't care if somebody says back up 5 feet. No, who are you? I'm not backing up 5 feet. You give me a damn good reason why I need to back up 5 feet. And I will decide if what you told me was good enough for me to want to back up. If it is, I'll back up. If it's not, I'm not. You guys got to stop being cattle, got to stop being sheeple. It's the only way we're going to take back our country. It's the only way we're going to save our children. You know how many people I hear, I want to save the children. I want to save the children. But you have face diapers on your children? You want to save other children, but you are doing irreparable, emotional, mental damage, psychological damage to your child, but you want to save everybody else's child. Doesn't make sense. On an airplane, you know what it says? Take care of you first. You. Not the person next to you, not the person down the aisle, not the oldest lady, not the youngest child. You. That's what you need to do. So hopefully you got something out of this tonight. As always, we're going to leave with a prayer. So if anybody has anybody that needs prayer, please text me. Text me now. A couple of people that I do want to pray for. Always my grandgirls, Ava and Gracie, always want to pray for them and their mom. Just put a hedge of protection on those girls because, what they're doing is just amazing. And how Haley's just raising those girls is just beautiful to see. I just respect the hell out of, Haley. And those girls are just beautiful, beautiful children of God. And what I love most about what Haley has done is she has brought those girls to church. And so they're not even 2 years old and they're in church already. So that's awesome. Also want to pray over my ministry. I don't have a name for it. I am going to start accepting donations for the ministry on my website. So appreciate that. People have been asking me about that. The other thing too is I want to pray for James Keller and his dad. I want to just pray for a fast recovery. Pray that he's not in any pain whatsoever. Want to pray that they grow together through this and not go through it, because cancer could be a very destructive thing for a family. I also want to. I also want to pray for Matt. Matt just lost his dad, Matt Wakulik. I got to talk to him today, so I just want to pray for him, and I want to pray for his family. Make sure that he's doing okay, going through this situation. I want to pray for JD. I haven't even called him because I'm afraid that when I call him, I'm going to break down, and I really got to be strong for him. I want to pray for him and his heart and whatever is ungodly in his body that just gets out of his body. Want to pray for my buddy Dave and his family and the powers of dark principalities and powers that are just eating his family alive. Just want to pray for them. Want to pray for all the Flexies, all the Patriot Street Fighters. Want to pray for Scott. Want to pray that this Matt that I'm going to bring him heals him even 10%. Want to pray for his family. Want to pray for Goldilocks. Want to pray for all the PSFers, all their fans. Want to pray for Ann Vandersteel and where she's going, and just make sure that she's okay and put a hedge of protection around her. Make sure she's okay going through the airport and everything that she's going through. Want to pray for Ron and Dennis. They have a safe flight tomorrow. Excuse me. And Scott, he'll be landing here tomorrow as well. Want to pray for, I'm just looking at text here. I don't have any text. Want to pray for the resistance chicks. Absolutely. I want to pray for Leah and Michelle. And I'm going to pray for one thing and one thing only. And I want this so bad for them that it brings tears to my eyes. When you meet somebody or these girls that are so anointed and that they're already changing lives and making a difference, but the gifts and the blessings that the Lord has put on them in their heart, they are in bondage because they need a job. And even though they've tried to do, YouTube, and I mean, they had hundreds of thousands of fans. They've had 78 videos taken off in 72 hours. I mean, it's just been absolutely crazy. But I want to pray that somehow, some way, they find a way of making money so that they can do their God-given ability and their talent and blessing. And that is to travel, and that is to start their ministry. And I just think along the way that we're going to be so connected. But I just want to pray that, and they're so good, they take care of other people's pets and animals, which is a burden, but they love to do that. But for 10 years, they told me they've been praying to have their own ministry. And these girls deserve it. So I truly, truly want to pray for them, that they can get out from under and just do what God wants them to do. I pray for my sitter, Terry Adler. She is in between a place to live and a new job by September. Okay, pray for that she finds, I always say when one door closes, well, a window opens, right? Or when one window closes, a door opens, whichever way you look at it. But we'll pray for that. Pray for safe travels for you guys. Oh, thanks, Joe. I want to pray for Joe too and Tawana. Want to pray that, another one, this guy, I talked to him about being my right-handed guy. And so I want to pray that, there is a day that he could just walk away and be my right-handed guy for my ministry, if God intends that to be. because he's been called for ministry as well. And just I just pray that God keeps putting godly people around me to help build my ministry. Like those two women today that, want to help me write my book. Want to pray that, my ministry is funded, and that I don't even think about it. I don't even worry about it. I just have to go get the people. That's all. And, I want to pray for this world. I want to pray that people learn how to love one another, that they don't have any resentment, that they don't have any hostilities towards anybody, that there's no hatred, and that people actually learn how to love themselves first and foremost. And I believe once that takes place, we'll be living in a whole different world. So I want to pray for that. Also, remember you're worthy. Remember you're worthy, and remember what? You're a miracle. You're a walking, talking miracle. If somebody says something to you when you're talking about, the face diaper, just say, you're a miracle. And so am I. I love you. God bless. That's it. That's it. When I used to cut people with my tongue, the things that I used to say to people was horrible. They say in the Bible, your tongue could be used like a sword, and you could literally slay people. And that's what I did. And now I slay people with my love. My love, my blessings, and just honor people. And that's what I want to leave you with tonight. So guys, remember always what? Flex your mind, flex your muscles, flex your truth. Flex your mind, flex your muscles, flex your truth. Therefore, you're lined up with God. Lee and Michelle love when I did this. Therefore, you can line up other people with God. See, if you're not lined up directly with God, how do you expect to line other people up with God? And yes, that is the sign of the cross. Guys, remember always, first and foremost, love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you're never going to be able to learn to love anybody else. Guys, love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. I don't know what time. I don't know if it's going to be at 8. Probably be at 8. I'm picking up the guys at 4:30. I might tape something. I might tape an interview. I would love, love, love to have the Resistance chicks tomorrow night, where I tape them tomorrow and then I have them tomorrow night. So I'm going to talk to them here in a little bit, but we'll see. Okay. God bless.